Yes. Okay. First, let me describe here in this Excel sheet. Okay. Now, okay, the one is a in case of expenditure. Okay, we want to if we want to derive expenditure information, expenditure if we want to derive expenditure information into profit center, then the derivation rule would be a okay through cost centers. Means how system is going to derive, okay, through cost centers. Through cost centers the system will, sorry, the system will determine the profit centers and will post information into profit center. So here what is going to happen, if you want to derive expenses, whatever example I have given, then the second thing, in case of revenues, okay, in case of revenues, case of revenues, okay, how system is going to revenues means whenever expenses means, okay, whatever expenses like salaries, rent, okay, out, I mean it's some charges, some courier charges, some administration charges, whatever it may be, all we are going to treat it as a expenses. Now in case of revenues means it is a incoming payments, means I mean revenues means whenever we are going to perform some sales activities, then whatever the amounts we are receiving from the customers, that we are going to treat it as a revenues. For revenues, how system is going to determine the profit center, what is the derivation rule for the revenue accounts, then the derivation rule is that automatic account assignment. Through automatic account assignment, what is mean by automatic account assignment, I will explain. This is also important. Now let me to now for automatic account assignment, here I will mention here not, sorry, for automatic account determination, so for automatic account assignments in ECC, we have two places, two places, okay. The number one is a in cost element, then number two is a in in default account assignment, default account assignment at OK B9 transaction code. OK B9 is the transaction code. Over there we are going to assign. Okay, now let us see one by one. Now if I go inside of this one, now let me go to the cost element. Okay, let me select the any cost element. Okay, salaries only, let me select this cost element, salaries account only. Now you can come here, default assignments. Now you can see here, either I can assign cost center here, okay, under the cost center already the profit center assignment will be there. Either I can assign orders here. Okay, now this is the where the place default account assignment, okay, which we can do in the ECC6. Okay, now remember this is the number one option, number one. Then the second place is that now for this GL account, if I want to determine particular cost center or particular business area or particular profit center, where can I do the second thing? The second option number is the transaction code OKB9. The transaction code is OKB9. Here in this OK benign, now you can see here the company code, cost element, primary cost element. Here you can see here, okay, whether you want to see now. This is the important account assignment details. Okay, which one is a mandatory here? Either valuation area is mandatory, business area is mandatory, profit center is mandatory. Which one is a mandatory for you? Okay, whenever we are using this GL account, means this is the primary cost element, means without GL account we cannot create cost element, right? Primary cost element. Okay, now if you are using this GL, this primary cost element, what kind of account assignment is mandatory? Either cost center or odd or profit center. Now if you want to, okay, now see business area, for particular business area, to determine for this particular cost element, now you can select this one and come back here and map that one. Okay, map that one. And for profit center, if you want, you can come here and map this one also. Okay, map whatever you want. Okay, first we need to, okay, set this indicator, then you can come back and you can come here. Now you can see here, it's a pricing segment. This is okay, this is not applicable, but for business area, for profit center, if you want to keep it, okay, this is the logic behind that, to determine the to determine the, okay, default account assignment at from the OK B9 and or else from the cost element level. Now the third one, in case of, okay, in case of balance sheet line items, in case of balance sheet items, in case of balance sheet items, okay, balance sheet items in the sense, it's a liabilities, now current liabilities, long term liabilities, okay, some short term liabilities, whatever I want. Okay, in case of assets, okay, short term assets, long term assets, fixed assets, okay, whatever we want. Okay, how the balance sheet items the system is going to determine through business area. See, through business area. So these are the derivation rules. Okay, I will put it here. One moment. Okay, profit center derivation. Then I will put it. I'll make it as a separate color. Then profit center derivation. Profit center derivation. Derivation process. Derivation process, how system is going to determine deriving the, okay, then profit centers are, it's a for revenues, how system is going to determine for for expenses and for the balance sheet. Okay, this we are going to map, we must have to map into the system. Okay, so this is the important one. If you understood this logic, now the next thing, whatever I am going to map